Welcome back. The University of Notre Dame Alumni Club. Have you heard of it? Well, there's one here in Palm Springs, and they have an interesting event coming up this Thursday. It features Patrick Griffin, a professor of history with expansive knowledge about the early days of boxing. And joining us right now to talk about the event is Tom Bowsher. Good morning to you, Tom.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, first of all, you are part of the Notre Dame Alumni Club.
Yes.
What is that?
All right. So Notre Dame sits in Indiana, and it has a pretty good alumni network because a lot of people from all the United States go there. So there's probably about 220 local clubs, and one of them is in the greater Palm Springs area. So it covers the whole Coachella Valley. And it started, I think, in 1985, but then it went through about 15 years where there wasn't any activity. In the last 5 years, we've brought it back up and put together events. Yeah, it's really neat. So it's made up of alumni and parents, and quite honestly, it's actually the Notre Dame Club of Greater Palm Springs. You don't need to be an alumni. So many people participate and are actively involved that really don't have a connection in Notre Dame, other than they like the things that we do and maybe some of the service stuff that schools stand for. So it's great. It's been fun to be.
Interesting. I'm glad you clarified that, because I don't know that every college has an alumni club. I mean, I went to Seton Hall. I'm wondering if they're out here.
Well, I used to live in South Orange, New Jersey, so we chat about that. But yeah, probably not as expansive. It's pretty expansive, and it's all nonprofit, all local volunteers, and you know, the more you put into it, the more it grows. And it's been great the last few years here, and that's why I'm kind of excited. This is the first time we've had, this is part of the speaker, Patrick Griffin, who's coming in, is part of this Hesburgh speaker series that the school helps subsidize and coordinates these accomplished professors to come out and talk about interesting topics. Oh,
so the school itself organizes the speakers?
Well, they have the framework, but then we have to reach out and set everything up, which I do want to touch on how Xavier's helped us in this, but I'll call him Pat. He's a classmate, but I think she only goes by Patrick now. Really, he's written 3 books. He's world-renowned scholar in Irish and English history. Good guy, head of the history department, but he's a very good speaker and sought after. So he came up in one of his, he gives a list of things he can talk about. And Xavier, who's hosting this for us, which big props to them, and Chris Olling, they chose this story that he has about a boxer, Yankee Sullivan. And he tells a story really interesting. I know a bit about it, but I haven't seen his speech. And he relates it to a lot of things that came out of that, a lot of immigration pieces, things in the boroughs in New York City, and this boxer makes his way out to California. So it's
modern day.
Yes, exactly.
So it might be a topic from the past, but it relates to today.
Yeah, and he does it in a nice, colorful manner. So it's pretty interesting, open to the public. Anybody's invited to come.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because somebody like myself, I'm like, I'm not that into boxing, but if it somehow ties into today, and if the speaker is vibrant, that's what matters, right?
He is a good guy, someone who's so smart academics, but very personable. And I think this story, it just uses it as a story to touch into other things of historical significance. So, yeah, I'm excited for it.
And if people want to go, what do they do?
So you just show up. So there's no registration. So it's going. We're holding it. Again, Xavier's hosting this for us, and props to Chris Olling and Xavier. That's it. If you don't even want to see the lecture, go see Xavier. It's a pretty cool school. It's on, I think it's posted here.
Right.
And I think we either sent out a link. If not,
just show up.
Yeah, at Xavier, 7 o'clock it starts. So start getting there about 6:30. And it's going to be great. There'll be a reception afterwards with light refreshments. You're going to meet some really cool people. I know that for sure. And, yeah, this is a great opportunity to see Professor Griffin.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Tom Bowsher, for joining us this morning. It sounds like a great event.
This is awesome. Thanks.
You got it. All right, let's turn it over to Jerry to see how the weather is going to be.
Let's do it.
Yeah, tennis is going on beginning today at Indian Wells. What about the forecast? We'll bring a light jacket maybe, because it's going to be, high clouds and cooler than normal. Temperatures at 61 degrees at 10 o'clock at Indian Wells, peaking at around 68 degrees by 4 o'clock. Again, we'll have a layer of high clouds. With that cloud shading us, it'll seem just a little bit cooler. Yeah, jacket required. We'll take a look at the rest of the week's forecast. That's next. Keep it right here.